Welcome to today's City Commission meeting for the City of Pahokee. Once again, welcome. We have a large crowd tonight, which is nice to see. It's always good to see when citizens are actively involved in the process of government. Once again, we as elected officials, we depend heavily on your support in things that we're trying to do as we run the city's business. So tonight I want you to know that your input is more than welcome. If you haven't filled out a comment card, I encourage you all to do so, so that we can get you to the podium to make your comments. If you do not have a comment card with us here, unfortunately you won't be allowed to speak today, so we want to make sure we keep the side comments to a minimum as well, because a whisper for you is a loud scream for us. Everything is projected back at the dais, so we want to make sure we keep the side conversations down. Also, make sure you check your cell phones to make sure that they're on vibrate or silent. For housekeeping, the restroom, if you do not know, is to my left or right. If you need to use the restroom, we have the fire marshal here. Are we in capacity? We're good? All right. Thank you very much. Once again, thank you all for being here. We have Lieutenant Piccolo, sir. Thank you very much for being here. He's here to make sure that he keeps us all in line. So, Lieutenant, thank you very much, sir, for being here. So we're getting ready to get started. If we could all stand for invocation and pledge, please. Pastor Oxley.
Almighty God, thank you for this opportunity to be in a country that we have the opportunity to serve you through democracy. Lord, we ask your guidance and your leadership with our commission. We ask for your guidance and leadership with the audience. And Lord, may we all be of one mind, that Pahokee be the city you have created it to be. May we live into that. In your precious name of Jesus, amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much, Pastor Patty, for that education. Madam Clerk, roll call, please. President. Present. Thank you very much, Madam Clerk. Once again, please excuse our city clerk. She's losing her voice, and she's dedicated to her service, so she's here today to give it her all in all. Commissioners, as you make comments, make sure we're speaking into the microphone so the audience can hear the comments from us. City Manager, sir, take it away. Additions, deletions to the agenda.
Yes, we're going to take, we have the REAP project on there. We're going to come out from the REAP project, and then under H1 we have the budget that we're also going to take.
All right, thank you very much. Commission, can we have a motion to accept the deletions to the city minutes? City agenda. Thank you very much, Commissioners. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Yes.
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 Yes. Approval of minutes from regular scheduled commission meeting January 27, 2015. Commission workshop February 3rd, 2015. Commission, can we have a motion to approve those?
Mr. Mayor, move to approve the minutes there.
Thank you very much, Commissioner. Can we have a second?
Second.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Hill. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Biggs? Yes. Commissioner Hill?
Yes.
Commissioner Powell?
Yes.
Mayor Walker? Yes. Mayor Walker?
Yes. Now we're on to our presentations. Is Dr. Reese present? Dr. Reese is not present. Is he going to make it? He should be. Are we ready with our next presentation, or do we need some time for that? We need some time? Oh, yeah, there's some technical stuff to once again, because I'm remiss. Let me back up a bit. I'm excited too with all this. Let me back up and have a lot of representation audience today. So I want to make it clear to represent those, to point out those that represent government here. We have a representative for Lippman, who is our Congressman Hayes. So our conference will be present. We have Ms. who is the representative, our commissioner. We have Ms. Small, BDB, that she'll do a presentation a little bit later. And now our commissioners appoint faces I'm not familiar with.
Sure. Yes.
That's
Palm
right.
Beach County's not Mr. Singh.
That's right, thank you. Ms. Easton with Ms. McKenna. This is also here as well. This is my first time meeting, by the way. We've spoken over the times, but it's nice to a face to the voice. Very much for being here. Devin Baudet. Sorry, sir. Introduce some Vice Mayor. You know who we are here. Greg Baudet. My apologies. Thank you very much for being here. Who else here? Oh, I can't forget an important person to me. My here. Yes. And of course, we have a lot of guests here as well. And thank you all very, very much. It does my heart when everyone wants to get involved in this. I want to make sure because I know we're here but I want to make sure I thank for doing what they've done here in our city over the past several months. It's precious. Have our here, Guy Harvey. I want to call for being here. Your representative. Dr. Hardney. Dr. Hardney, yes, oncology. Thank you very much, Megan. With our roads and street sidewalks. So thank her very much for being here too, Ms. Hardney. Thank you very much. It's a lot of faces out. I was looking. Just found you. Yes, thank you very much.
May I add all of our friends like that thought not robbery to come out and do we do the right thing tonight? Thank you all for being here.
All right. You're still pulling up? Good? All right. So let's welcome once again Ms. Aldridge with the BDB.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. Thank you so much. For the record, again, I'm Aldridge, President and the Business Development Board of Palm Beach, and it's a pleasure to be to have this conference, which has been requested of me, the framework for economic and to discuss that we've been engaged in over the last years, where you all, along with the city of South Bay and Bell, have come to us to actually perform economic and create jobs into the economy here in the Glen. And I'd like to spend the next 10 minutes reviewing where we stand and what we've accomplished so far. As a background, I have been with this team for 27 years. I'm in Palm Beach County, doing economic development and serving lines for companies, largest Scripps and Mox Planck, Whitney, to the smallest, creating 2 or 3 jobs right up the road in Wellington. So I am not an outside lead at Palm Beach County. I've been doing this work, love creating jobs for you. About 2 or 3 years ago, the 3 cities came and said, we would like the business board to place a special emphasis on the Glades area. Job #1 priority for us. So we partnered with the Okeechobee Regional Economic, and we stepped in and said, after the #1 priority, we believe that we need a dedicated set of economic resources, because we're starting from ground zero right now in this very sophisticated form, but we will serve on the for you so that as companies into the Glades region properly promote your to those CEOs. We have the conversation and dialogue with enterprise and an open door with the governor, and we're happy to present the Glades professional manner given the assets they have here in the Tri-City area. So I look at you all as the an engineering team, you product, and I am your sales team. So we struck this agreement, and we are now into a 3-year contract. So why are we here, and what are we? Economic development is jobs. It's about jobs at different levels for your residents, and I want to stress for your local residents. It's also to expand the tax as these companies come in. Taxes, it helps your city be sustainable, more financial, and allows you to provide good services for your residents. Diversification is critical. You have been very valuable on the agribusiness. Palm Beach County has always been dependent on agricultural, real estate, construction. This board is here to go after a more diversified base. I'll talk a little bit about the cluster here. When you raise the nothing more powerful than giving the job, and so that leads to the improved quality of life, sustainable economy. Different components. This is not an approach to economic development. I rely on you, our city. I rely on the county, the Career Source, Forest Development Council, any other partners that are here to support us and partners in this community. Level at the top is the component. We recruit high-wage jobs in the business climate. That works if your support, and your support is especially in the development, your infrastructure, housing, your redevelopment, your planning, and your process government that make it conducive. These types of companies that you will be that would like to do business in. Next slide. So I talked about creating this approach, and we've been progressing rapidly through it. Have been very successful. We defined the 3-year. We had it fully funded. Money. It was the private business that backed us in creating. We identified funds out here so we could have a dedicated source group. We had to start economic development. By the time that I get the prospect, that company in North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, Virginia, and Texas. You are not competing Boca Raton, West Palm Beach, Jacksonville, and Tampa. We're competing against many other states. We create asset map. We talked, what do you consider to be the asset? Well, within a 20 miles here, in this region, access to over 7 people that are in counties. You have access to 90, the port, the airport, as a matter of fact. The Panama Canal and the export of Miami and U.S. and the ingress through that corridor see better things for this area. We had to identify land and buildings. When we come out here, if somebody takes a parcel or if they want 1,000 square feet of light space, where was the inventory database? It did this, and so we had to create that. When companies come in to you about what incentive could tip the scale in your that you would win the deal, and about expedited permitting. We talked to the county incentives that we offered in order to match the state successful there as well. We also went out to 8 selection consultants that are nationwide that represent manufacturing, logistics, and distribution. Said that while you're out representing manufacturing firms, distribution, would you consider, and part of considering is getting them to come and make to the Glades. And we housed last week for 3 days where we brought them to meet and we showcased your community. We let them see the 3 cities and see the bigger vision of what to go here. We have the brochures. Each of you have a so now when they come in, the way that we are presenting looks just as presentable the way that we are presenting Boca Raton or West Palm or area. And we gave that to use in your sales pitches as well as others who are at the table. We went out and did press release. Most recently, you are the passion and very popular in the Palm Beach, constantly trying to generate them on a local level and on a national level to turn the tide into that the Glades are a great opportunity. And we responded, and brand new that has never happened when the governor or Florida has a lead as light industrial or logistics and distribution. Rather than just submit it before Palm Beach County, a special point to submit a proposal that is specific presenting the Glade. So everything east of here is proposal and everything west. And we've submitted 26. So remember, always very cautious. There are prospects and there are. We almost have to go pretty suspect to get prospects. So there's a lot that has to get to the level we are today when I'll show you. So these are some approaches. These are all brands that we've created. So when they door, again, professional, have to do this all the time. We expect to put an article in a magazine, a newspaper site, and have someone pick up and decide they're going to move to the. It's repetition and it's story over and over again. So we set aside space, the vast majority of our marketing, to constantly and clearly tell the story. The story of the Glade Times. So targeted businesses, at no expense to you, Power and Light hired to come in. They released of their study in December of 2015, and these recommended targeted businesses are in alignment with Florida, the state economic development. They're also in alignment with economic sustainability, and that's important because we want to be going in one direction. Something to you, and the county going in another. So the most promise for this based on land, your infrastructure, distribution, logistics, business and food manufacturing, recreational tourism. Another fourth recommendation was services. If you move to employers, so every day on the front line, remember to get to Project Carbon, go through 30 prospects or so. To get that one. So we are 3 deals. As long as I've been doing this, landed could take anywhere months to 3 years. So we have to stick with these projects. And yes, in the Glades, we are going ups and downs. We are going to see some obstacles. But that with the continued partnership, your city, the other 2 county and the state, we will these obstacles. We all have to remain on the same page. To keep our eye on the bigger ball. So Project Carbon is looking at this area. They continue to want to bring 100 new jobs and $7 capital investment to create some sort of manufacturing operation. I have signed user agreements for all of these protocols, but we are in active conversations. Yes, we have roadblocks with this, but until no, we're going to continue to facilitate and help that come as possible for this area. Second one is a much larger one. This is Gemini, looking at a fair piece of property out here in the Glade. They have now increased their numbers to 100 new jobs. It's about a $105 million investment, working with this project for about months. Again, it doesn't matter if you were a project in another part of each county, there would still be with a project of this magnitude. We again have assigned a amount of staff to continue the city, the county, on this project. 60 new jobs. It is a manufacturing operation, building 20,000 square feet, putting 7. That project will cost $1 million. There are things that they need, such as finance, and between the county and the station, whether it be publicly or financing through a bid, we both have to come to the table with resources and hold the hands companies on a weekly. So those are our top. And then I mentioned there are about 20 that I would put in the suspect category that inquire because they or inquire because they know you, and we have to continue forward. But we work to recruit, retain, and we also have to continue to keep on your community. Our creating programs that remain competitive. It's toward a deal, but if your road or sewer workforce are not par, we have to come back and houses in order. For roads and water with the lead through our relationship with governors. We are a participant in Career Readiness Roundtable. We have attended the last 4 meetings. Assistance with funding. Of course, that's coming from the state. Our name on that is critical. Assistance in getting land. Convince in the state to release that Glades Correctional Institute project to be put out for a public, or for a private party to come and purchase that and allow us to, was a very big win. Because a massive fee that we certainly could use for economic purposes. The city, county, and state honor basis. When we put our on economic development for the Glades, at least once a week I will call somebody who wants this pie, or somebody who wants to offer something to learn more about their that they want to bring to there is that entire community. And then meeting with you on a regular basis. I did an economic 101 course for you a while ago to teach you about how competitive and the process and how potentiality is. We can sit with you on a regular basis. Make sure that we all are on the same page, understand how economic development works. So future plans, because there has been a tremendous of team building, a decent amount of success. Regional Economic Alliance to us, we are approaching the 3, and they would like for us years 4, 5, and 6. So we are discussing financial means, that ongoing relationship. I'm in this relationship in December of 2015. I think that a lot of would go to waste. So in order to stay on the front line, we have a juice that we're working on program into at least 4, 5, and 6, and hopefully we will never stay away from our focus on jobs. Remember, we're not a political or legislative group. We recruit, expand, and the net result quality jobs. Any person that's starting will come out here. You remember Brandon, and so when Brandon climbed to take a job with someone was on our familiarization, we replaced him April 1. I have been serving this position since October 14. Going to Tallahassee on Monday. Continue to advocate for issues that have brought to us that in the legislature. We work with the county very closely to advocate Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. And last but not least, please, I beg patience and to understand economic development is a marathon. It is not a sprint. And that we are all in this trying to get to the end job. It's not always glamorous, but hopefully we will get to the end. And I'd like to close with a comment. I would, if I did not comment on that is probably the biggest issue we'll discuss tonight, and that arena and your RFP. I would have loved the opportunity with both. I did meet with one proposal, with the Guy Harvey project. And a lot of this work is up of the Glades to get to a whole, and the focus on high quality jobs for your residents. Guy Harvey coming in here making their pitch to you tonight is the result of a lot of work that has been done in the last years and beyond, also to lay this platform for good quality economic. Remember that you all are asking for good jobs, and I'm here tonight to say the proposal that is presented to you would be of all other 30 cities in Palm Beach County. All other 37 Palm Beach County would love the I am so pleased that your city is their choice, because like I said, 3070 would love that name. As I mentioned this a long time, we very rarely get the opportunity like a Guy Harvey. So thank you for your partnership.
All right, thank you. Once again, thank you, Ms. For the audience. Often she's a very important development of the city of the Glades. I would say, if you're in this, we have business out here that wants to propose. Meet with her. Make sure you get information. Seek her around. She will help take you through what we call the process. We rely on the BDB to elect individuals that will come out. Once again, thank you, Ms. Hitch.
Thank you.
Yes. We have Dr. Reese. Sir, thank you very much. Reese is here to do his presentation on LORE, one of our economic development arms. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Ben. For being late, we had to work the house together. But again, truly a pleasure to be before you to present the LORE organization. I would tell you, truly on a path to a great community. Carolina, we have this is the goal. I think you were just given the presentation just how far we've come, and again, I'm looking to a bright future, ladies. That collaboration years ago when we started, and Bell Blade was not very wasn't known that throughout the nation, but now we have companies from all over that are looking at the blades of that collaboration. And I want to stand and thank you for what that you've given to this collaboration. And of course, we know we agree and look forward to the rest of this year as well. Again, the things that are happening in our community, I think Kelly probably shared with the 3 companies that are in our area, and I know I share all the time about those 3 companies, but then there are 2 that have already that we're not a part of, we're looking at. So it tells the benefit of the relation we have with the business board. And again, I urge this commission to continue to support that collaboration. The whole focus of this is to try to bring quality jobs to the Glade. And in addition to those jobs, we're looking at training. We know that the jobs come, but we don't train workforce for those jobs. The Highway 27, 441. So we are working very hard to help the training facilities so that our citizens are qualified for those jobs. We're talking about reopening the West. We've already had one class from the adults. We had 22, and all 22 of them came out with jobs. And now we have another 7 that are in the class that we speak. We all have collaboration. We have both the high schools now part of the career program, and really looking up for that. A conversation with the administrator last week. They're coming out to look at our program well, to try to connect with, because there are some real candidates that they have that they have that relationship, and many of those high schools come out of those academies and into jobs with the county, and so they're going to come out of the program. So we're taking steps to not only train our students, but bring jobs to our areas. I like to think of them as livable wage jobs, and so we're making strides, and we're moving in the right direction. And we have a bright future community, and I know I'm in the next few years when these businesses start, and we're going to really see some things in all of our communities. Now, I'm not sure there's one company that's looking at Bell Blade, and there's one Southly or 2. I mean, two looking at Pahokee. So again, there are 2 companies in your direction, plus the guy Harvey. So great things are beginning in our community. We must be careful of this, that we do not the process of. I do know situations that happen in communities where we have great potentials, business coming in, but again, the thing that is sort of do that, and so we need that we do our due diligence and really look at the opportunities of coming our way and be able to think outside of the box. Because sometimes that takes. I know when before the county commissioners to ask them to help bring employment in our area. I think I shared with you that fact they looked outside of the box and came up with a program. What we're going to do is look bring jobs into our areas. One of the reasons why we met last week to get an idea of work is coming this week. And they really are looking to look at this program work. Citizens are employed. So again, we're doing a lot of things, and we ask that you will continue to support the organization as we begin a better community and economies of our area. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Reverend Richard. Would you like to make any comment, Dr. Reese?
We just gonna what he said.
All right. Again, thank you very much to BDB for playing our economy. I know it's doing a great job. I really the partnerships that we have with one another, and I can see the future bright. Citizens, as there's a lot of opportunities our way. We just have to make sure we're prepared as a community to take full of those opportunities. It's very hard through the law for local preference. When we have local preference, not only through those entities, but through our own and the other commissions. We have those preferences in place, ready to take advantage. West Tech, we need to our young people, not only our young people that are out here that are looking for it, encourage them to go to seek that West Tech is offering. So we talked about the pre-apprenticeship. Make sure our young people are seeking those opportunities. Encourage them. Make sure information. We're going to do. I vow as mayor that the commission and the city will do promoting what we're doing here in the community. This is a process to promote what in the community. We have a lot of our best to be transparent. For today, they are the statements that we have to sign so that trying to do business put out into the public. So I appreciate you for sharing that with our community so that we'll know how we're forward to stimulate our economy. It is happening. We're working with the commission and as a city to make sure that we're providing everything that's needed for this city. We ask once again for your prayers to make sure you're helping us. Your input is vital. What we're trying to do is viable. And I want to hear from one of you tonight on the Marina RFP that we're about to go through. Encourage it. I'm happy that everyone is to give input because it needs your input. We need it so that we'll make sure that the right way, as our Reverend Reese stated earlier. Thank you very much, Dr. Reese, and thank you very much, Ms. Smallridge. On to the report of basically that was my report, Gabe. I just want to encourage citizens to take full advantage. We have so much going on in our sometimes as commissioners we're pulled in so many different we can't make every event, we can't be in every location. So you are our help. You are engineers. You may see things that in the community that staff are recognizing that we as a community may not be recognizing. So I do you to come and help our process. The city of Pahokee become a beacon of success for not only Palm Beach County and the Florida, but for the world. The eyes are upon us. As you can have a lot of world interest, economic stimulus coming from not only from within our office here within the U.S. and the state. And that's it for my report for the city manager.
Vice Mayor and Commissioner, I just have one thing I wanted to follow. We just heard the president from Lord tonight. And a presentation from Kelly Smallridge, and we'd just like to see if the commission would like to go in or support of Lord.
Move to support.
Thank you very much, Commissioner. Thank you very much, Commissioner Hill. Second, Commissioner Biggs brought the motion. If the motion, any commission would like to any aspects of our relationship with Laura and the BDB, since they're being clerk, please.
Commissioner Biggs, Commissioner Hill.
Yes.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Walker. Mayor Walker.
Yes, Madam Clerk. Carry.
Kelly, I want to see this. That's the report I pretty much covered. As you wanted to go over something.
Just once again to share with you on the agenda items. If Lieutenant Pickle talk again about the camera project. Jag.
Camera project at the city and the sheriff's office partnership. And the project completed last week, and there's cameras placed strategic parts throughout this and assist law enforcement with their efforts. And that's up and running.
Thank you very much, Lieutenant Piccolo. The message carrying forward is community safety, about safety.
I'm happy about doing it because council talk about the panhandle.
Correct.
Also around safe lifestyle. But that's a good thing.
And just to add, there is another grant that's coming from the Doc Hill Foundation. We're going to have additional put up with that money.
All right, thank you very much. Public comments at this time. Thank you very much, Commissioner. My apologies.
What are those cameras that in the region on this side of? Because the reason I'm asking, our bus was broken in.
I sent that email to you or to that about the. So we're looking into that.
The camera wasn't where they.
It was the camera by the campground and restaurant.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Lieutenant. Palm Beach County Day. We'll talk about that city manager overview as well as the national news, and that could be it for your report.
Yes, sir. We had a discussion of the bus, possibly take the bus. Heard back from the city, so they're not going to follow up on that. So I think that we'll discuss it
He stated if we want to utilize the commission.
Yeah, but I never heard back from the city. They responded back and said, no, I want to go. The city of Beverly.
Well, the mayor, because I think we were going to do a situation, come in and address it for us.
There you go.
Thank you very much, Mayor Wilson.
I think just y'all get it
Evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Frank Beatles from the city of Mr. Mayor. We were waiting to make a decision tonight. So we're ready to go. We think that it will be better for all of us. But again, on my coverage staff was just to make sure it's agreed to it. We're on board with it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mayor Wilson. So as city manager, we just follow. We have some commissioners that would like to. Some of us are going up personal vehicles, so check with the commissioners and find.
Commissioners will let me know once the rest of the
Is that it for your report, sir? All right, thank you very much. On to the city attorney, city managers, are you clear on your direction? Or does the commission have any questions, attorney?
Well, I'm not clear, so I need to ask you some.
Yes, sir.
All right. You asked me to go back with them for a week on negotiations. How much are you willing?
I'm in the 3 months commission to give your input. Is that a unanimous? Like 3 months or unanimous?
Now, that's your top position.
Correct.
Can't be. We're not going to be going back and forth.
Commissioner, you look as if you want to say something.
I'm just going to actually have the original proposal we have put out 3 months. Right?
No, I put a 1
month. Okay.
The direction of the board. So 3 months was going a little bit further to try accommodation with this gentleman.
Well, Rick said 3 months. I don't have 3 months.
Any other questions, city attorney?
Yes. Now we had discussions of salary that I was at was $1,000. We're still at that top amount.
For myself, that's the top amount. I already know the needs now. It's all budgetary. Once again, we'll be actually paying this position, if I'm not mistaken correctly, manager from our reserve fund, and it's not a good practice to take from without a solid plan on replenishing reserves, especially paying for salary. That definitely would be my recommendation.
I'd like to add, now you're saying with how possibly budgeted, we had no idea of what happened about the budget. This is something that occurred, and has been trying to get someone in here to do a business for the city. So I can move to I can move.
The only way I would support is to get the car allowance.
That was stated.
I know I'm just supporting what you said, but no, the car allowance.
The consensus is 5 salary and no allowance, or 100 and allowance. Is that
either or?
Is that accurate?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Greenberg.
Okay. 100 top rate plus a car of $400 would be your top, or 5 top 6 no car allowance.
Okay.
All right. The issue of expenses for him here, up to $500 in company expenses the year, and then if he is terminated without cause, which means get his 3 months salary, which would be $30 about. Do you want to, in addition to that, pay up to $2,500 to a move company to move him back to home?
No.
I wouldn't support it.
Okay, so the on that is no. Then the next it was the accrual of vacation sick time. Commissioner suggested that it accrue on day of the month, but didn't use it, and he needs, for any reason before the end, actual vacation or sick that would be paid out unused would be for the time that he was there.
Correct.
And is that the rest of the board's on that?
I would support based on the fact I know you locate, and you bring them in, you have to go get your family. You may need some time to, So I would support, also protects us in the run. If he was in, we would have to pay out the entire. We wouldn't have to do that to support that.
And lastly, I'd like me to term this to him. The City Commission final and best offer for him to accept or not.
I would support that as well. Because once again, I'm of Vice Mayor's point that for it early in the workshop, actually costing us to get this done. So if he can't be amenable to what we're putting forward, because I think we have compromised. We are where we've come from. So let's say this would be the final offer. Mayor.
And I would like to suggest that maybe from
Thank you very much, Commissioner. Thank you for correcting me. We're negotiating, not compromising. Thank you very much.
I think we suggest that we put a Brandenburg time is I'm going to say 4 to 5 hours.
There's no way I'll 5 on
Four
that.
to 5.
I won't even time on it.
You sure?
Positive. Okay, great. Thank you very
How
much.
much you think you're going to spend so
I'm going to spend, it'd be a very short conversation. 5 minutes. If I have to redraft, it might be an hour and 5 minutes.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions for the Commissioner?
No, that's it. Thank you so much for your patience.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So now we're on to old city manager project covered economic development. Do you want to give insight, overview of the renovation project?
If you noticed, the doors here for the gymnasium started on already. Already got 2 of them completely, so we're pretty good with that. And then get that finished, and we're going to start working on the air system.
Did you already?
Can you hear me now?
All right.
We're talking gymnasium complex right on the site. And the gymnasium is being run by the county. The county's working on the outside. So once we get done, we have some interior to do. Now they're installing doors, steel doors, all the way up. And when they get through, then they're going to go back and start on the project. And a lot of work to do on that. So moving along. We're going to be able to get the county to finish this project. So, that's all I got on that.
Any questions on the gymnasium renovation project? Thank you very much. On to new business. The River Coalition supporting the EAA acquisition.
Yes, sir. This is a resolution that was put out by Martin County and St. Louis, where they would like to support them when they're after dumping all the water out of Chubby down the St. Lucie River. Because when it goes down there, notice that it goes way out. And the goal is to clean the water and the effort for the Everglades so that it flows to the south.
Okay, Commission, I would, if we haven't reviewed it yet, to give ourselves some time. Once again, are we ready to support?
Is this the same accusation that's been going on for quite a while? And
the thing I would ask is, what would be the repercussion if you don't release what effects would it cause our area? And that's why we'll need a little more time to kind of research.
I think this is not something to start right away. But if you know all the work that's being done around, even in Martin County, this big reservoir thing, that's why we couldn't open the Route 2 thing or anything, because they've got a big project there. And eventually when they get this, that's all going to be for storage as well. All the back of the Dupree area is going to be for storage. They're all putting a lot of water facilities in that. They're complaining goes down to St. Lucie water of it when we get a lot of it. At the end of the goal is to allow most of it to go down and eat. So it's all going to be taking time. If you want to do that, I'll follow up with the county.
Mr. Mayor, I'm going to be able to add to this. The goal of the environmental group is pressure to the state legislature by the crop from U.S. Sugar that is needed to allow that flow to go. That's what they're really for here, is support for the acquisition property to allow south.
Because I know that, if that's what's fighting our contaminated water, ours is the same thing. Because it's different altogether. From made, so as the attorney has said, the resolution is just in support of them getting it in.
So, Mr. Attorney, based on research, is it a good or bad thing to?
That if the land buyer from sugar, it opens up additional opportunities for the water down south. It doesn't have to be released in St. Lucie estuary, so that's a good thing. The way, the want to make sure the water reach a that would cause a concern for any breach in the. So the only issue, does it go into the Lucie estuary? Do we buy land to allow south in Everglades. And environmental groups are saying buy Sugar's land so it can.
Commissioner, are we ready to vote on, or do you need more time to consider? You need to consider? Consider. So we'll, if we got to city manager our next commission meeting, that would be great.
If going to be enough time, is this an urgent?
No, ma'am, I don't think so. I don't think we've done it anytime soon. Probably won't come back for 4 months.
Actually, there is a deadline coming up for the U.S. sugar property. It has to be exercised in a short period of time by the legislature or fires and be much larger, more expensive. That's why the environmental groups are trying to obtain as much support now as they can for the acquisition. Do you recommend approval? Yes.
Well, the deadline is
Yeah,
that's when they would have to come in.
That the city attorney has recommended it's not going to area. I have no problem with the resolution. I would be done.
All right. First commissioners, Madam Clerk, Commissioner Biggs, and Commissioner first and second.
Commissioner Bass?
Yes.
Commissioner Hill?
Yes.
Mayor?
Thank you very much, City Attorney. Thank you very much, City. Bring it to our attention. We're on to the hot topic. We finally made it. Excited? All right. Yes. So we did a little bit from the normal here because I want to make citizens are heard. What we're going to do here is we have Mr. and we also have Charles from Guy Hart Outpost. You gentlemen a little bit more time to talk to the commission. Tonight is in no stretch of imagination a patient from these gentlemen. An opportunity to talk so we can get from you tonight, and we will move forward as in this that we're going through. Once again, process, but we want to make sure from our citizens, those representatives for the we removed a portion of the want to say or a workshop. Exactly, because we don't have enough time. We don't have enough tonight for that presentation, along with questions from the audience. To take our time with this process. I know everyone is very anxious for a decision, but the commission is going to time. We have an election commission, we have manager process, we have a lot of things, and we're going to take our time process. So I do everyone once again that a comment card to give a comment. Those of you that did not turn in card will not have enough to speak tonight, okay? Commissioner, would you like to add any
I just have a question. Should we have this discussion to the committee in the presentation of the proposals?
Here's the status of this. There's been proposals and the selection committee recommendation. Recommendations now come to you. Now you have to decide, one, are you going to accept that recommendation and go on to negotiations, or two, are you going to ask them to give presentations over again before you make a decision? Because neither party has been told to prepare a presentation for it, it wouldn't be appropriate to do so this evening. So that's the you have to make tonight. Of course, it's always appropriate to listen to members of the public.
Thank you very much, Mr. Brandon.
And the committee has did that. Yeah, all right.
Would it be a problem for us to work out?
If the majority wants to accept the recommendation of the committee and based upon that, then I guess you do so by motion and authorize staff, start negotiations, the proposal.
Vice Mayor, would you like to share?
I would like to presentation. That's my opinion.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
I'm not want to wait another whole month for the March 10th, right? Now listen. No, but I'd like to hear what direct from the committee, and then we go on and vote, and then after that, if you have a presentation, I have no problem with it.
Well, you know, it's a share that we vote on presentation.
The committee recommend.
Once again, I need to lean on our city attorney. We did have a recommendation from the committee, and we appreciate the committee's hard work. It would be prudent for us to do diligence as a commission, hear the proposals, heard the recommendation committee. It would be very of us to hear the recommendations from both groups' commission. I am not for or against anyone. I want to make sure that we are processed the correct way. We want to make sure that all information is here as much as we can. Unity, that's what I'm in, to make sure that we hear from to make sure that not only from Guy, we hear from Kathy and Mo, but everyone isn't in here to process. But I accept and I do appreciate the recommendation from the committee. I your recommendations, but for one, I'm not ready to decision tonight without more input. But what I would like to hear from the commission is
I'm ready to make
what I would like to hear from
the recommendation from the committee. We have a committee and don't approve. Now this is too much. All tonight supporting. We need to know everybody can let me in now, y'all. Come on. I ain't with anybody, but it's time to go. I'm not sure anybody can let it down. But I'll make a motion that we hear.
So we have a motion on from Commissioner Biggs. I'm going to recognize your motion, but I'm going to finish my statement. I hear your motion. I hear your motion on the floor stated. I want to feed my conversation stated earlier. Once I think it would be prudent of us our time to go through the process. Not a slide to anyone. We just need to take our time with this process. There's, in my estimate, I would help for a motion forward from giving our staff authority to move forward, hearing from both parties a feasibility study to see how this process works for the city. That's it, that we must make sure that in our favor. We must make sure we leverage favor. So we want to enjoy the right.
That we have to make the motion to reject.
Correct.
And I offer the motion. Correct. All the other stuff, we'll do that later.
Yes, ma'am.
But right motion needs to be carried.
The motion will be carried forward. Commissioner, we do have a motion on the floor. Commissioner Biggs, it was second, Commissioner Hill. Clerk, roll call, please. The motion on to accept the recommendation from and move forward. Is that on the floor, Commissioner?
Yes, sir.
So, Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Yes.
Yes. Commissioner Bow, Vice Mayor Walker, Mayor Walker.
No. We have on the floor. The motion did pass for staff. Work directly with Guy Harvard in the recommendation. Committee, thank you very much for your hard work. Now, staff, it's our time to do diligence and hard work to make sure that questions that this commission have, that we get those questions. Thank you very much.
We'll be back after regress with discussion.
Thank you very much. Commissioners, any comments? Yes, we will. We will get the we need some cards, Madam Clerk. We can tone it down while Vice Mayor Warren gives her commentary.
My concern is that I have not had an opportunity to do the presentation.
Once again, to you is once again a quote to us. So if you can side conversation down, please.
My concern is that I was not allowed for me an opportunity presentation, an opportunity to ask questions. Should I have any from reading the proposal? I do have some questions, and I have not been allowed to do that. That's my voting no, not saying that against or for one. I feel I should have the opportunity to ask and hear the presentation itself.
Thank you very much, Vice Mayor. Any other commission? Since they're being there, I have their,
I'm sorry. I would just like to say, I support first of all, the committee. Please. Speak for me. Don't speak for me. I support the committee. And when we have all of these people from Better Business that come in to let us know with us to make sure that we are on the right track. How we sit up here tonight and not fall, and we want our citizens. That's my own. It's not against anybody, but
First of all, I don't need anyone to date me. All I need to know, and I'm not, and I better business, Lord, but I feel, and it means we should have an opportunity to hear the and then we would, because I have a concern. One particular concern I think BDB can help me understand. If they support it, and whoever supports it may be able to answer to. Why are we going for a 25-year, I don't know if it's a lease, they're only going to lease the permanent for $1.45. And when we have coming in that we do track if we are in our situation, we're going to 5 years before receiving any type of revenues from this. I mean, if somebody can help me understand, maybe
yes, thank you very much, City.
Those would be the questions that are going to be asked out to myself, to the applicants, and we will be sure that all that information is available. If you have specific questions other than, you can email them, and then when we report back, we will make both your emails and...
But Mr. Brandon, you know, I thank you for that. 25 years of a lease of $1. I just don't understand. When we have, right now, we saw some revenue coming in. That could be whatever. But I just don't understand it, and that's my reason for, that's my concern, wanting to hear the presentation and be able to answer. All right, thank you.
Thank you very much, Vice Mayor.
Are we supporting $1?
Public comments. Okay, we're trying our best to work through this process. Again, my not a vote of wanting to see Guy Harvey here within our city. That's not my vote. Was all about. My vote was all about making sure we're being very transparent. citizens with this process. And gentlemen, as the commission, I stand behind the commission. The commission made a decision. I stand behind it. Now I hope that you will work with all of the entities, the moving parts that are in place. We have the state that's in place, our county that's in play. So I want to make sure that we move through the path to make sure all the people are at the table so that we got asset. And that's my own, to make sure we're leveraging in the favor of the city of Pahokee. That's what mine was about. Thank you all very much. Now we're on to the public for that. Mr. Moss first. If you would like to give some comments here. Clerk, the clock, please.
Mayor, Commissioners, good evening for the opportunity. And the audience, you guys have supported Kathy the opening of the restaurant. A few of you have in there, won't come in there, but you're stuck with us until the 31st of October. So hopefully you will some of the good that we've done up there. We've got support from the community, from most of the people. We took the short-term arbiter gamble on it. Disappointed that we don't have a chance to present to the commission. I was not informed that this was going to be a race through this process tonight. I was called at 4 afternoon, even though that we had a agenda with nobody to me. Not one person until 4:30 this afternoon.
If you can address all to the commission, that would be great.
Okay, sorry. But that's what happened today. I was not informed. I was not emailed, called, I expected it to be run in a professional manner. No, not of me as a member of the bidders, of the two bidders. It was wrong. I don't know what about that. I will talk to my attorney. So I'm not, right now, I'm surprised. I was bag, okay, and I'm in investigation on whether the procedure.
Thank you very much, and I do encourage that. Thank you very much. You, Mo and Kathy, I think you guys you did this favor by taking that short-term RFP, and it was a gamble, and it seems right now that gamble off, or it didn't pay off in the term, but I'm quite sure you enjoyed you. I enjoyed you. People, as you stated, supported what you do here.
Well, one other comment. He needs a little recognition. It's on the fact that you guys, you've only been operating marina, the campground, and the restaurant for 90 days. And I think it's a success.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Very much, sir, for being here. And congratulations on being the RFP. Once again, I want to that we're working on moving parts that's in place to get it done and make sure we're supporting this process.
Charles Foreman, my office 1320 Straight Avenue, and to first thank the Commission for the support you've given us. You won't have to worry negotiations of getting us, because we're not coming here for the short term, we're coming here to fail. Guy Harvey, and I'm probably the reason here y'all are here. We have been involved in actually a bait war in downtown Fort Lauderdale, and we thought amazing talent, brought him to Palm Beach County,
the IGFA to he was professor in the West Indies, and at that time he used to work at the IGFA for $1 million a year, and he realized maybe he would be better as an artist doing the Marine. But he's both. He's one of the top scientists in the world. My involvement with guys in, we did the first bait and tackle shop. Most people do this, but women spend most of it. Okay? And art is a redheaded child of wildlife art, redheaded stepchild of fine art. So we learned stuff to sell fish art, to sell fish things. Believed you could sell a t-shirt, air conditioned, stinky tackle store, $15. And 1,000 shirts later, the t-shirt company and people saw, maybe you've got that done. When I set up the Guy Harvey Institute and years ago, to try to figure out what we were doing, that it could be successful, but millions of dollars went into quality research, and we've worked with children. Keep doing that. It's all about children, families, brand. It's the person, integrity. We have integrity. We're really happy to have this opportunity, and we'll be here and do what we can to support kids. We're going to get kids educated. The rains, both freshwater, saltwater. We're going to make the place open for them. They'll be there when they have opportunity to all they want. I hope they will. I tell my grandkids, you're not on the boat, we'll throw it in the water. And I think it's last best things available to parents and their children to fish. And that's a big component. We will tie into probably about fish on this. Mark Gillard is the go-to guy that resort aspects, and but this backyard, you know, I was born and raised. My grandfather moved there in 19. Guy's been there his whole. We are everything we can to make this work. We're wanting to fail in our own back, and we look forward to the opportunity with you. And thank you for the assurance.
Thank you very much.
Good evening, I'm Regina Bowles. As representing the Pahokee Chamber tonight on 115 East Main, Pahokee, Florida 336. And I've been asked the board and the president to read a letter by the chamber. It says, the Pahokee Chamber is in support of Guy Harvey operating the Pahokee Marina Campground facility. I believe having the world-famous Guy Harvey brand will bring tourists to Pahokee as never before. Having the Guy Harvey brand in the city of Pahokee will allow the world to know Pahokee vacation destination worthy of. Guy Harvey is Richmond conservationist, artist, and biologist who will bring expertise to this facility. And Guy Harvey, a trustee of the Game Fish Association and Museum in Dane, Florida, a group dedicated to fishermen located in Pahokee will enhance fishing, including recreational activities. Lake Okeechobee as never before. A Guy Harvey outpost facility will allow the city of Pahokee to prosper in a way they don't fully imagine. The impact of a Guy Harvey outpost here is the difference between just surviving without this or our city really flourishing. We support this Guy Harvey outpost and the citizens of Pahokee and hold the opportunity Pahokee Grove and true jewel of Lake Okeechobee. The Pahokee Chamber of Commerce encourages the Pahokee Commissioner and Mayor to vote the Guy Harvey outpost proposal. We do our best. Not the biggest opportunity for Pahokee to slip through our grasp. Thank you. take off my chamber hat and thing on as Virginia citizen of Pohoke. Been here about 10 years. I love Pohoke. You all know I love Pohoke, and I think that this is a movie that we cannot pass. Thank you so much for moving forward, and I'm sure that I work with them for the last, that they are open, very easy to work, and will answer any of them you all have.
Thank you very much, Ms. Geddes. Am I saying it right? Geddes? All right. Thank you, Ms.
Margie Geddes, 151 West Belmonton, Lewiston, and this is the last minute. 2 points to address. I feel like we're all connected. We all live around the lake, and it has to do with the Intracoastal Waterway. I'm a boater, very large boat for 20 years. I tell you that the value of that marina being incredible. Navigated many seas in my boat. Is rated to navigate any world. Crossing Lake can be one of the most treacherous crossings ever. I've been caught in that a couple times. A 93-foot boat that's on the bottom, and I'm thinking, what the hell am I doing out? I had a marina to take Safe Harbor. I probably would have offered to myself just to be there. So, very valuable commodity, and it's a destination from St. Louis to the Fort Lauderdale Basin destinations. There's nowhere for the boats. So Pohoke would become a destination not only for your small boaters, but for the people that large boats. And you can't, no idea how appreciated it would be a place to come in to have harbor or to visit and flows. There's lots of people on those large and small, and they go out into the they just don't spend at the marina. The new cafes, the new store where the money flows out. So it's a very, very thing to have that dollar investment in improving the marina. Another point, I know Guy Harvey very well. He's a 10th generation Jamaican. I married Jamaica. I've been there, but a couple streets over then. My other country that I have home in is France. So I've known for 24 years. Tell you, I go to his gas all the time. It is top. It's first class. The other thing is, Cayman's an expensive country. It's a keeps a price point that's up in his restaurant. Isn't just to go in there and sit at the scene amazing. And you know, everybody knows Guy is world renowned. He's also probably one of the most environmental conscious people on the planet. He does so much good. He's a global person, but his persona, but he has a low personality. He is humble, and he's one of the hardest workers I've ever known. He brings fuel class to Pohoke and $4 million art. So I find it incredible that he might not come to Pohoke with a decision that them away. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, Commissioner, and thank you for the opportunity to speak with you. As you know, Palm Beach County, through the economic sustainability, consistently markets the Glades region to new and expanding business, enhance your economic development through various financial programs we've had. In addition to the loan programs we have in our portfolio, we work with lenders and private institutes to leverage private investment. Last few years, Palm Beach County Department has leveraged almost $18 billion in capital investments in the Glades. So it is working. I'm here on behalf of Melissa McKay to support the committee in the Guy Harvey. They're known for their big game fishing company and their constant advocacy for sports worldwide. And the name Harvey provides instant to the community, and to the related facilities. As we know, Toby affords best bass fishing opportunities in the country. Guy Harvey will be able to attract recreational and sports fishermen to spend on the local economy. Our department's opportunity to run a preliminary impact on this investment, 5-year economic impact for about a 28.5% impact over 5 years. So that's a great opportunity for the to take advantage of. And I'm here to support Commissioner McKeon's selection committee's selection. Thank you.
Gregor, please. George, I'm sorry, George. Everything's running together. Palm Beach County Sports Authority. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Yes, all thanks to the commissioners. I'm honored to be tonight. My name, I'm the director of the Sports Commission. We are by Palm Beach County and support sporting events, those events that generate bid tax and enhance economic impact in regions of Palm Beach County. The Glades area sports destination. We have so many athletes that have come from it and are great ambassadors for Palm Beach on various stages. Global stages, so again, to be here for you tonight. And I'm excited about the future of the Pahokee Marina. We have worked with previous or prior management groups that have operated out of we've hosted a couple great events. In 2011, home to the American Powerboat Championship right here in this marina. Every windy weekend, and so they're really struggling to take. It was a great boat show, and we were part of that effort. And in July of 2012, T1 International Boat hosted a the mini power boats, 28-foot Jersey skiffs, and competition out here that brought them across the region, and we'll be part of that effort. Conducted a variety of organization visits with renowned fishing organizations in their Bass Master. The FLW Tour. Actually, most recently, we had the Fishers of Men, which is a bass tournament that brings in visitors from across the nation. And we're hoping to grow this sport of fishing in this area. As it's the best thing. What we want to do is bring visitors to the area that's going to bring you to this region. I'm very excited about the brand Harvey having a presence in Palm Beach. It is world-renowned, international brand. Sportsmen and outdoorsmen can resonate with Guy Harvey, and I'm looking forward to leveraging to market and promote Pahokee as a great sports day. And again, just before you today, and the support that you've given the Sports Commission, and we're to continuing our partnership.
All right. Thank you very much. Ms. Linda Moss.
Linda Moss, 20 Maple Point Road, Pahokee. I'm also a member of the Lore Committee. I'm also very proud to say that I was on this committee, and I served willingly and very excited for the ability of our community. I'd like for everybody in this room, in case you didn't know, the members committee, it was Motley, Joseph, Garcia, myself, and Reverend Bud Mickens. Fortunately, Reverend Mickens had a situation and he could not be there that I want this whole room to know that yes, the committee did choose that night to make, after we started to debate as to when we could meet again. It was extremely difficult to get it done with previous commitments that we didn't know with all of this. Stayed late that night. We thought it was maybe we discussed it while it was still fresh. And it was a unanimous. There was not one no voter or anything else like that. A weighted vote, as you all know. And we did discuss it, and we discussed big picture they could bring to this community, that it was the best thing for the community, for the long haul, and things that we need to make this side of the dike the map. The BDP does work hard for all three communities. Ridge, every time I hear you talk, and I'm not blowing smoke, I am very serious. I truly love this area, and she has given us some opportunities, and she is putting a map, and him behind us and behind, and what all they can. This is a win-win situation, and I just truly feel that the committee made the right decision. I am so happy that the moved on it tonight. Time is of the essence. We really do need to move forward. I appreciate the committee. Thank you very much.
Again, thank you, committee, for that you performed for your city. Richard, Mrs. Sarah.
Evening, Sarah Perez, 66 Main Street. I thought that tonight we were going to hear a presentation. Citizens were going to comment, ask questions, and then you guys were going to make a decision. Not that I have anything against Harvey, I just didn't know anything about it. I've learned about it from, I've stood up here and talked on their behalf. It would have been nice for the city as a whole to they had to offer. It was very disrespectful. We're in the middle of talking. They pressure you to go and inspect talking when you decided to put it, kept enforcing and you and the thing was fast. Yes, I know I am. Everybody here and everybody's looking at it. It is very, I'm supposed to take sides to, doing with the people when they're coming. This is what we're allowed to do. Stand up here, say we think that we say. Okay? That's what I need to say. I think there's the fact to come up comment when the decision has been taken. I don't see the rush. They rush time and look what happened. All we're is what you were asking. But I guess that's asked. When something definitely needs to happen. The decision, I think the committee did a great job, but there was to comment, do their suggestions, tell you this is the person. I think that's to you guys as well as the people that you to be up there and the whole city. A couple of people.
Thank you very much, Ms. Perez. Mr. Richard Brown.
I'm taking my hat off as an employee. I'm as a citizen. I want to get this straight. My question is, how many of you have met? Just tell me, how many of you all have can say that face to face? Can any of y'all say that? Not you, one minute vote. You looked at me, so I'm looking at them so they can put it on record.
So you direct all your comments.
On record. Have any of y'all met? No. Okay. I hear about this $1. Are you guys to give somebody? I guess neither one of the parties, because I said before, I'm on my way out. So can sweat me. I'm on my way out. But a year. Hello. You ever heard about deja vu? Y'all heard that term deja vu? Wayne Graham, 20 years, gave him. He paid you all $1 penny, and you go for $1. Somebody was up here saying somebody was up here saying lake and it was rough and blah, blah, blah. When you came into the marina, did you lay for them for that first one? I'm just asking y'all. You are going to give it up and different to me which way it go for him? Fuck a year. How crazy is that's the thing you can get. Guys, and I'm talking about you haven't even met him.
Mr. Brown. Mark. Elliot. Mr. Elliott is representing the Guy Harvey Group. Once again, thank you very much for being here. Congratulations.
Commissioners, Mike Ellard, I'm President of Guy Harvey Office, 180 Southeast 17th Street, Real, Florida. I can only say thank you. And I'm not going to add to any one individual, but the many, many people helped guide and shape some of our with respect to this. I never take anything for granted. I came prepared with a full proposal. I'm often fond of quoting a man who said, I'm like the military, I came to play. We have taken a lot of time to think about reshape the Pahokee Harbor. And it's all in this document. And I look forward to the opportunity to present this to the community. Because I will say to my partner Charlie, and we're a great cocktail conversation that through a 6-year journey to here. But I have Guy partner, and he's a taskmaster. And you heard Charlie to me as the resort stuff happened. So rest assured that Charlie and Bill Shedd are my taskmaster guard. But when it's all done here, they are my masters, the community. Your representatives, their representatives, as you're tonight, you are to help us be successful. That's simple. We will not succeed without the support of the community. I am not hopefully as yet. I hope to be a member of the community, and that vote tonight. And I have a lot of between now and then, that confidence, trust. But I do want to add to the list of references. I think, while these are just pieces of paper, the names that have signed letters volumes about who we are as an organization. From the very large groups or small groups, like the International Game Fishing Association. You've heard about them. I'm not going to belabor, but suffice it to say, the organization that finds sailors young and old over the world. All over the world. I have a letter here from the South Florida Science, right down the road, about the relationship between our organization, Guy Harvey, the Guy Foundation, and their activities exclusively for advocating education, marine education, terrestrial education for youngsters. I have a letter from who runs the Florida Academy. Okay. Actually has a Guy Harvey. Now, Catch, I know is probably familiar to you here in the community. He organized children's fishing tournament here in Pahokee on the beach. And here is a photograph letter strongly testifying to his support of Olympic in your community by reference to the decision you. And I know there have been concerns of some of our past. This is a letter from Vicki Brown family of Alicestown, Bahamas. As you may be involved in the revitalization of Bimini Big Game Club. The Brown family, complete angler until she lost her husband in Alicestown. The family owns the complete, what's left of it, the Blue Water Resort. There's a letter from her talking about what our company did to revitalize with the reopening of the big. The one letter arrived a little too late, but is in cell phone, and I will deliver to the city attorney. A letter from the U.S. representative of the Bahamas Tourism Ministry, Richard Trito, who will be down in Plantation. It will also go on the record to very clearly state the value of Guy Harvey and Guy Harvey community relation brand. And we want to Pahokee. That's all we want. We have a vision. We hear that vision. We hope the community has that vision. We look forward to corporate citizen. Thank you.
Mrs. Culberson.
Well, really have a lot to say, but he's covered everything. I was one of them that not supported going up to the, and it has nothing to do with mowing. I do not know them. I didn't like is the way it was done, by how it was done. That when the attorney said it would be not to give it to the second to put out for RSVP. That is what the attorney said was the best. It didn't get done like that. The next meeting, somehow it was given to them. They took it, knowing it was going right out for RSVP again. And y'all even said, if somebody could take it for free, that is what y'all rather have. Somebody take free of it. And that's the reason it's been tainted from the very start. From happened, how did they get back in? Who contacted them? How did the city change their mind to not do? It didn't a vote to bring table to give on to give to the second. That one didn't even get out. And he said it would be best to back out. Y'all want it back? It's only been 3 months. They haven't been in there that long. And he said we're stuck with them October the 31st. When they took him, they're going right back out. All of the holes.
All right, thank you very much, Ms.
Yes,
very much, Ms. Dr. Hartney.
Mayor, some of what I had intended to has actually been said already. I say that, I guess on behalf of the Rotary, there is a fishing permit on 7th for the kids, so anyway, that's the thing, we're talking about fishing with Marina, so I just had to put that in. Comment tonight was quickly to talk about the process that we and that as a city, the way that we welcome. If we have RFP, we have proposals, what it is that we have to present, that everybody be given a fair hearing or presentation. I think most of us I'll speak for me. I can think there would be a pressure about the marina. On the committee, excited about it. I would like to get excited, and all of us to know what excitement is all about. We boost the marina one way or the other. I think to have, it just cast a shadow on the city, in my opinion, when even though you may have a proposal, and how are you going to treat your citizens? Going to live here too. We have a new marina, we have all services. What about the people that live here? What's going to happen to them? So I think that happens all the way along. And if we have been here till 10:30, and this is, I would rather be here 10:30. Listening to know what it is our commissioners are. But the decisions, and you know, and as I said before, time is up, so we're thankful that the decision is made. But at the same time, there will be future, there will be other companies, other types of proposals. I would just urge you and encourage you to take the time. I mean, you got this turn. Let us hear what it is that you do. So, thank you
very much for that, Dr. Harden.
Because I have questioned the decision to have a nation, I just like to assure you there will be a presentation. I don't know if you all remember past arena proposal allowed for Mr. to present to the community. These are some there. All of them may be negotiated, like some of them may not. You will have an opportunity to hear a presentation, to ask questions. What we like was approved the winner of the RFP presented by the committee. So the community not being shut, you'll get details. You get a proposal, presentation. I'm sure that.
Thank you very much.
And if everybody here is here, I ask presentation done, and if I know, and I was enticed, be shown because it was, and both people, and both of them could have made presentation. So it wasn't, and the reason I went ahead and did it, the committee worked hard and fervently to get this done for us. I appreciate we get people putting off the business to do stuff. I appreciate what they do. Fair, be rude, but I would have to be, because I do this also. The thing is, I'm not here to serve person. I work hard day and night. When most of you all sleep, I'm somewhere trying to do something. But I get over and over that the presentation be done. It was denied. Beg your pardon? And the mayor said,
well, what I was asking. Correct. Make sure we hold the comments down. Are we finished?
I'm done, but you know, they talking about done. They're in here.
All right, thank you very much, Commissioner. Robert Love.
I love 740, so I come in and I'm going to get up and say, now I got up 2 times. It might be 2 times. I hear a man up here and talk about how they sell $15 and how the commission can accept a year for arena. I think so. So somebody's going to have to tell me more than
I recall your comments to the commission.
I understand that his more than that. It comes to the $4 million. We don't have them contracts. You can't tell me because I don't. When we leased them for 50 years and all that. I wasn't born in big. I was right here arguing about the same talking about tonight. When somebody tell me about $4 million. Yeah, $4 million. He got it in his pocket too. But like I'm still saying, a year for that. Somebody got to tell me something better than that. I can understand it. Then, like they say, I understand we the only time that you can drive right away and come here. So it ain't like how we got a bunch of time where you can go find. Y'all most things besides $4 million. Yeah, he got it. I'm gonna sit down and shut up. But I'm gonna shut up when I get ready. Like I'm still saying, I'm listening too. Like I come here tonight looking for places. Y'all tell me to shut down. I ain't seen there. Looking for a lot of things when y'all go to say, shut up, show me the thing where I And then I sat down to shut up. I didn't come in and even stand up. But when I hear somebody say 20 years for $1,
thank you very much, Ms. Lisa.
Good evening. Lisa, 997 Lakeside Circle. A lot about the $1 a year. We know that Guy Harvey come in and put $1 million into the and all the down there, bring it to update it to where we need it. Broken that down to see what $1 million does over 20. $106,000 a year. And that doesn't include the revenue that is going in from the other companies that will also follow this insurance. So, let's do with $160,000 and think on it.
Thank you very much, Ms. Again, my closing remark, we go to the commissioner sentiments here. Once again, Mr. The whole representation, I'm still working with you. The staff has directed to work with you all. Once again, we're going to make sure that we process and leverage it way for the citizenry of Pahokee. We're going to be hard together. There are a lot of moving to what we're trying to do. It's a lot of moving parts. State involved, the county involved. We're going to make sure that we do our due to make sure that we are benefiting from this as a city and as citizens. We have our attorney and our city manager and staff that I know is doing a good job in navigating us through this. Once again, I appreciate everyone coming out and seeing how the government works. Thank you once again, commissioners. Commissioner Biggs,
and I'll be brief. I'm reminded tonight of a project that we did a few years ago called Waters. Are everybody here familiar with that? And it caused a lot of controversy among the and citizens. That's one of the best investments that they'll ever do. And one day one could be in power. See, we need just right. We got to be able to look beyond it to what can help the city. And I think those that hate on us, and I love you. That's not even. I just thank you all for just sister. Stay on, and we will make mistakes. Nobody. Human beings make, but this city needs to have a getting from where to where we are. If we keep on doing the same thing, getting some people that have the money, people that have the authority or the ability to remain 2009 pray for us and thank you so much for being here. And I pray to God that any fight. Good night.
Thank you very much. Commissioner?
I'm not going to bore you with any long speech of but I would like to that there's a lot of people in here. There was a majority that appeared heavily favored the agreement. And I didn't know that everything agreement may not. They're still going to negotiation with cities and the attorney the more district for Pahokee. But again, take the Business Alliance and all these other organizations. All they want is for the city of Pahokee. They have no special stake in it. A lot of people stood up and we need to do this. We can't afford not to do this. There are going to be some disappointed parties. I can understand the concern about this dollar pay. You know, those things going to be talked and ironed out. And we need to work with George F. Done and say move forward and try to move forward.
All right, thank you very much. Commissioner Hill.
Good evening, everyone. I want to go back to what Margaret said in her part. I understand that this is a marathon. That's awesome. This is it's going to be a long task, but I think that we will be just. I think everything's going to work itself. Again, I love how many citizens are here. I really enjoy the patients. You know, I feel we really tonight we made some moves, and I think that we can as a commission. I think they're going to be to this city as a whole, and even if things happen, look, that's okay. Marathon, not a sprint. Not a sprint. That's all here. And you guys enjoy.
Thank you very much. Vice Mayor.
Good evening. Say again, my vote was not John Harvey, or my concern is we were not presentation. And since I've been here, I don't recall not having a presentation prior to the vote. My concern is that their request would have liked. I hope you enjoy that video tonight. My concern is the citizens they have up here. This only 4 people in the community heard the presentation committee, and maybe a few people that did the selection committee meeting. However, I stand by the fight. I feel like it was not handled properly as it relates to here the citizens of Vision were allowed to hear the presentation and have an ask questions. Not allowed an opportunity to question. I could have called knowing we were going to take the vote. I knew this before. However, move forward. I'm going to work with them and do what's best. Thank you.
Thank you very much. With that being said, citizens, once again, thank you all for Guy Harvey representing Guy Harvey. We're happy to have forward to work with you.